What up, baby?
Yeah, what's up with it, y'all? This your boy Chingy, chilling with my homie Dred Maximum, and you know what the click is, the drill squad, baby.
What's going on, my dude?
What's going on, man?
I'm so glad I finally caught up with you, my man. I need to know about that brand new Chingy Chang Chang and just what's really good with you lately.
Lately, we know I got the new album coming out. Haters will love it. So right now, that's what's going on. You know, I got Rick Ross on the album, Ludacris, Bobby Valentino, Trey Songz, A. Marie, Anthony Hamilton. And it's a dope album, man. So I think everybody should go get that, purchase that.
In stores now. Chingy, you know what we got to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. For the people who haven't been that in tune with what was going on back in the day, since Chingy first started his career, he first came out with a CD on Disturbing the Peace. Then there was a falling out, and now he's back with Disturbing the Peace. That's Ludacris's camp, and we need for you to break it down and tell us the story behind that.
I mean, actually, it was just a misunderstanding, miscommunication, and what happened and what caused the departure. And we talked about it, put it in the past. And now, we're moving forward and got the album coming out. Haters will love it, and that's what it's all about. And, we look forward to this album dropping.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it is official. You heard it from the man himself. Chingy is back with Luda and Camp, a.k.a. Disturbing the Peace. So, for this new CD coming out, how was your experience making it?
Making this new record, man, I don't really have a certain formula that I go by. When I make records, I just go in there, and whatever's on my mind at the time, I just write about whatever's on my mind at the time and what I'm feeling. And so I just went in there and tried to put a good album together. Try to write about a lot of different topics, and let it come out how it come out. And, try to get some hit records out there.
All right. Well, you just broke down some of the artists that you used for collabos. We want to know who's making your beats this time around.
Actually, on this album, man, Cool and Dre did something, and my home and KL, Wishmaster from Basement Beats, and LT Mo. They're the only producers that I got on the album.
All right. So a kid who don't even mess with MP3s goes to the store, picks the CD off the rack, hate it or love it. He's looking at it, he's contemplating it. He's like, oh, hell yes. He brings it to the cash. And what is he supposed to be thinking?
They just need to be thinking about hearing some great music, man, and partying, dancing, some ride-to music, and just enjoying themselves with the CD.
You planning the tour right now or what?
I'm doing a lot of some spot dates and stuff. We're going to get a tour planned next year sometime, so I'll definitely be around y'all way.
All right, so the first single off Hate It or Love It, in which the video features a very flawless female. And the video's blowing up BET, and the tune is all over commercial radio. Fly Like Me, featuring A. Marie. You want to talk about it?
Well, the song is just really about me traveling the world, state to state, city to city, country to country, meeting a lot of women, seeing a lot of different personalities, a lot of different styles and how women are. But I happen to run into this one girl, and she's just like, no matter where I go, no matter who I'm with, and no matter how I do it, I ain't never gonna meet nobody as fly as her. So that's kind of what the song is about.
Chingy and A. Marie, that's gotta be probably the most perfect combination. Both of you got that not so aggressive, kind of laid back kind of style. And how is it working with A. Marie? She's a sweetheart, huh?
A. Marie is a nice young lady. And it's cool working with her. She got a nice personality. She's talented. And it was good working with her. And I wouldn't mind working with her again.
Let's run that joint right now. Why don't you set it up for the people?
Yeah, this is your boy Chingy, man. Right now we're going to jump into my first single off the Hate It or Love It album. Here's Fly Like Me featuring A. Marie.
Right about now, on the telephone, we got the man himself. He go by the name Chingy. He got the new CD out called Hate It or Love It. It's in stores now. And my next question for Mr. Chingy is as follows. Chingy, you watched what happened with 50 and Kanye, and then you heard what happened with like other artists trying to think of all these schemes and tactics, and I just wanted to know if you got any kind of plans something that's really gonna kick off sales, or if it's, or is it just gonna be about the music, or are you gonna like say, you know, we need to come up with something, we need to like start a fight with somebody or something to make headlines?
Oh no, man. You know, we just make the music, put it out according to how we feel. We ain't got no gimmicks and no tactics like that to where we, you know, trying to set some gimmicks up. We just promote it ourselves, do it ourselves, and work it ourselves, and let it do what it do.
Are you excited about selling legal MP3s, or for you is it just about moving units with CDs?
You know, I think you know, I'm an artist, so I have to sell records. So I wish you could just buy the record out the record store.
Now, when I was doing my homework before this interview, I'm doing some last minute reading so I can get some facts straight. And my dude Chingy turns out to be a fan of Das Effects from the 90s. How the heck does that go down? You know what? Actually, how does Das Effects' music influence Chingy's music?
You know, of course I'm a fan of Das Effects. I used to love Das Effects. Like on my album, I got this song called Kick Drum, where when I kind of switched it around with some Das Effects words they said in one of their songs. That where they was like, my neck bone connected to my bone, my bone connected to my, and I kind of changed it around and was like my hi-hat connected to my snare drum, and my snare drum connected to my kick drum, you know, like that. So I switched around to kind of a hip hop song. So they definitely had an influence on my music, you know what I mean? And I did that basically, you know, showing them love and let them know that, you know, hip hop is still here.
You got a charity called Chingy for Change. Speak about it.
Chingy for Change, the charity, is just to help less fortunate kids, you know. Like, I come from a background where I didn't always have it as good, and so, you know, when you get somewhere and able to provide, you should always help other people and less fortunate people. So the Chingy for Change Foundation is to help less fortunate kids.
See, now that's what I'm talking about. You get rich and then you help the kids or the community, or that's the way to do it, my dude. Now, as far as acting, television, movies, all of that mess, where does Chingy stand these days?
Yeah, man, still, you know, looking for the right roles, and I'm actually writing some scripts myself, and you know, just looking for the right roles, and if they come along, I'm down to do it. So I'm definitely looking forward to more acting.
Still speaking about acting, I want you to for 1 second picture a hardcore hip-hop fan sitting back in his living room on his lazy boy chair, and he's watching the BET. And I mean, this dude, let's say, is no dummy, and he knows the streets, and he's a fan of MOBB. He's a fan of Scarface. He's a fan of Freeway. Now he's watching these dudes talking about, I'm trying to get my Hollywood on and blah blah blah, and he's thinking, at what point does the line blur between the realness of hip-hop and the fakeness of Hollywood? I mean, a rapper can get so caught up in his own hype, by the time he has to get back in the studio to make his next record, he's like, I don't give a damn, I'm just trying to get this money. Thus betraying the hip-hop nation. Now, Chingy, as your career moves forward and gains momentum, the next time you turn on a microphone, what is it about for you? Are you bringing the realness?
No, I bring the realness, man. I'm gonna tell you this. When I express myself through my music, I write about music is an expression. I write about what I've done, I write about what I want to do, and I write about what I've seen, and I write about what I can't do. I write about it all, and it's all real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in this music business, they exaggerate a little bit, believe me. They exaggerate a little bit. Everything is just not on point and all as correct as possible. You exaggerate a little bit, but for the most part, it's all real coming from me.
I think I already know the answer to this next question, but I'm going to ask it anyways for the people who don't know. Why did you call this CD Hate It or Love It?
That title just explains, you know, I feel like either you like me or you don't. You know, this is my 4th album, so either you like me or you don't. But I'm still going to maintain either way, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a lot of haters on the sideline that's gonna hate, and it's a lot of people that's gonna root me on and appreciate what I'm doing. So that's why I named it Hate It or Love It.
Chingy, this next question I'm gonna ask you is something I ask all the superstars, all the heavyweights. I want to know if you can share with us one moment in your career that has impacted you profoundly.
I'm gonna tell you the biggest moment. First of all, when I was sitting in the house one day, and you know, I was just in there with some producers talking that I was working with on my first album, and we were actually all staying together while working on my first album. And so the mail came, and it was some mail in there for me and them. So I got my mail. It was from ASCAP, and it was a $2 million check. And so that was kind of one of the biggest moments in my life. I've never received a check for $2,000. So when I received a $2 million check, you can imagine how I was feeling.
I don't think I could breathe right now, Chingy. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I just heard you say you got a $2 million check. Okay, you're making it difficult to wrap up. I need to know if you knew then what you now know, then by the time you got to this point in your career, would you have done things differently?
Yeah, I would have done a lot of things differently if I knew then what I know now. Business-wise, I would have just, you know, been more involved in my career in the beginning and just try to make a lot of, and be on the decision-making more than what I am now. I mean, I'd have been on the decision-making back then like I am now. So I definitely would have made some different decisions back then about my career now.
What is in the future for Chingy?
Making more music, doing more acting, and just running some businesses, man. Getting some franchise businesses going out here.
What is Chingy's advice to the young cats on the come up trying to follow his steps through the rap game?
All I can say is, man, make good music. Try not to give it to everybody. So, and just work hard at what you do. Keep God in your life.
Ching-a-lang, it's been a pleasure, my dude.
Thanks for supporting me, and that's it.